Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it could be easier. The new Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses and automatically adjusts to keep you both effortlessly comfortable. The result? You wake up.
What is up, people?
Quality sleep is life-changing sleep. It's the biggest.
Let me close my Spotify. Close out of the old PlayStation 4. Ooh. Then we'll turn that off. Let me I'll drop the link here in a minute. Guys, listen, it's been a while, so I figured we'd have a little throwdown here. We'll talk about games on my backlog, man. The backlog is real. And I think maybe if I show them off and we hang out and talk about them a little bit, maybe I'll get my butt in gear to actually play some of these games. But, yeah, we're also going to talk about Amico stuff. And, you guys, always we hang out, do the Q&A thing. So that is cool, too. So I don't know where you guys want to begin. Flat Earth Gamer, what is up? DOA is in the hizzy. Thanks for stopping by, boys. Throw that in there. Bada bing, bada boom. In case anybody wants to swing by and jump in. But, I haven't played a game in I don't know, when I finished Pang last week. And usually I'm pretty good about getting home from work. And, I'll throw in a new game, something that I haven't played before. But, man, I've just been slacking this year. Like, usually I try and beat 24 new games for the year. And here we are. We're coming up at the end of August. And I'm at 17, so we got 7 more games to reach our goal of 24 games, which, it's 2 games a month. I think that's reasonable. But yeah, man, I got so many games and games I want to play. So I thought what I would do is maybe you guys share some of the games that are on your backlog as I sort of go through these. Now it's weird for me because pretty much every year I'll go through like phases where I just want to play Nintendo, or I just want to play shooter games, or I just want to play a couple fighting games, and I'll play those, and then I'll move on to something else. But yeah, the first game, I got this one recently. It's on the PlayStation 2. It's King of Fighters 2000 and King of Fighters 2001. I don't really know a whole bunch about the King of Fighters series, so I'm actually pretty excited to get into this game. It's one of those 2-disc PlayStation 2 games. So, and like I said, I don't really know a lot about the King of Fighters series. I'm more of a Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Street Fighter 2 guy. So, yeah, it's just one of those games that I want to play. So happy to have it. Let me get this out of the way. We're going to stack up some games. I got a charger here for a display case that I got going out in the garage. I'm going to spray paint and make it a Micro Machines case. The next game, I got this game a while ago, and it's an Atlas title for the PlayStation 2. It's Arcana Heart, and it is also a fighting game. It's a game that I've always wanted to play. I love this cover art. Looks absolutely beautiful. So I can't wait to give that a try. And hopefully I'll get to one of these fighting games this weekend, where I can just kind of play through them. Now, fighting games for me, I guess everybody's got their own definition of, how they beat a fighting game. I don't unlock every character or beat the game with every character, but I think if you beat the game with 3 or 4 different characters, then, you could probably mark that down as you were able to beat the game. You never want to just beat it with one character. You want to try a bunch of different characters, little fighting styles, and their own little special moves and stuff like that. Oh, Money, what is up? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, man. So, yeah, those are, I think, the 2 fighting games that are on the list. And I really got a good deal on King of Fighters. I think I got that for like $25 or $30 at Maxine's Bargain Box. Let's see what it says on the back. Fierce 2D action fighting on 2 DVDs. SNK's greatest characters plus new ones. Duke it out like never before in this special 2-in-1 pack, which is kind of interesting. A lot of PS2 games don't have the dual disc. You may get one with a demo disc or something. But yeah, 2 discs like that. I think like Metal Slug 4 and 5. I think there might be a Devil May Cry. I think like Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi 3 has a demo disc. Resident Evil has a demo disc. Anyway. Also, another recent pickup. I do love the Nintendo, man. I'm a big Nintendo guy. I'm a Nintendo kid. I grew up with it. What are you going to do? But I recently picked this one up. It is Cobra Command, a Data East title that not a lot of people talk about. And if you like choplifter or helicopter type shoot 'em ups, then this is probably a good game for you. It's only like a $15 game, and I'm sure you could probably find it at a convention or a trade or something cheaper. But yeah, it looks really cool. It's got that really nice Data East cover art to it. It's sort of simple, but it does the job. So can't wait to give that one a try. Oh god, here's a game. I think I bought this last year. But I do like the Goemon series. I like Goemon Mystical Ninja or Mystical Ninja, Adventures of Goemon or whatever it's called on N64. It's a really great Zelda 64 clone, Ocarina of Time type clone. And I want to get the other one, Goemon's Great Adventure for the N64. It's a tough one to find and it's expensive, but I did find this one for the Super Nintendo. This is The Legend of Mystical Ninja. So it's all part of the Goemon series, but I definitely want to play that one. Yeah, just really cool. Use Nintendo games. Mystical Ninja doesn't have the run sticker on it, but yeah, just a game that I wanted to play. It was between that or like Sunset Riders. That was the other game that I sort of wanted to play, but I've played Sunset Riders on the Sega Genesis, so I had to leave one off. Only had top 15 here, guys, but yeah, Legend of Mystical Ninja, Konami title on the Super Nintendo. I don't think you can really go wrong there, so excited to knock that one off the list. Here's a couple more PS2 games. I probably won't play both of these, but I do need to play one of them. And really, some of you guys in the chat right now are kind of experts on this series. So I need to play one of these. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I played Grand Theft Auto 5 last year on the PS2. It was the first Grand Theft Auto game that I ever played. And I really enjoyed it, man. I love that game. But I like the 80s vibe with Vice City. But people say San Andreas is better. So which one of these games should I play this year? I'm thinking probably San Andreas, people tend to like that one a lot. I think these are complete. Yeah, I got the manuals and the posters in there. So if you guys have a preference on Vice City versus San Andreas, leave a comment down below because I really did enjoy playing Grand Theft Auto 5 on PS4. It was a great game for sure. Oh, Money says, no problem. No problemo. DOA says, want to know an obscure PS1 game I'd love to find. By the way, you in need of PS5 controller? No, I don't have a PS5, so. But what's that PS1 recommendation? Secondhand Toy Dealer is in the house. I bet he's pretty excited about the Nerf Aliens replica gun. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what's that? 6 already? Another PS2 game. I played Brave Fencer Musashi either last year or the year before. There was a sequel on the PlayStation 2, Samurai Legend Musashi, a Square Enix title. Square Enix on the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. Good stuff. I mean, you can't go wrong with Square titles, right? But I'm hoping that this continues the story a little bit more, improves the combat, level design, puzzles, all that stuff. What's up, Retro Heck? I am seeing this is like a cel-shaded graphic type game. So, yeah, I don't know. I did like the first one, so hopefully I will like the second one here, Samurai Legend Musashi. I think I got that like $10 at Maxine's Bargain Box in Newark, Ohio. This one is complete. Yeah, it's complete. Got a pretty hefty manual in there. So, yeah, very awesome. Project Overkill for the PlayStation 1. I'm not sure if I have that one. Oh, let me share on my socials. On my Facebook, on the old Facebook machine. There we go. Post that bitch. Gotta do the social media thing. Gotta keep up with the Joneses here. It's a tad hard to find. Let me see I'm gonna check my my app. I'm gonna see if I have that. I think I was at a game store and it was between that and Project Horndow, I think is the name of the game. Let's see. NES Addict, what is up? Thanks for stopping by, Jay. Let's see. What was the name of that game again? You said Project Overkill. I do not have that one, according to my app. LG Gaming in the house. What's up? It's a tad hard to find, dude. Jay, every time you post an oddities video, man, I'm like all over it. I want to check that out. Then we got the hiccups. Hold on. Jay's taking apart a top loader. Yeah, man, I love those oddity videos. They're great. Yeah, man, they're just fun to watch. You know, it's like a trip down memory lane. It's great, great stuff. How's LG Gaming doing tonight? All right. Do you have some PS4 games I wanted to play there on my backlog? Shadow of the Colossus. Never played it. Didn't play it when it was on the PS2. Uncle Strange was actually live streaming this like a year and a half ago, and I picked this game up, and I've just always wanted to play it. It looks so beautiful. So Shadow of the Colossus, yeah. Great game. Got all kinds of stuff over here. Just clocking into work. This was actually a Red Art game. Red Art games, they're based in France, and they basically do the same thing as like Limited Run or Strictly Limited, but they're a lot more affordable and accessible and transparent. So if you email Red Art Games and you're like, you know, it says they have 2,500 copies. How many of these do you have left? They'll tell you. We've got 344 copies left. And that game is Full Blast. If you've never played Full Blast, never seen a review on this one, it is a top-down shooter with a kick-ass heavy metal soundtrack. Unfortunately, it got like mediocre reviews. So, yeah, this one is still sealed. I got the hiccups now all of a sudden. As if I'm drinking all day. All right. This next game that's on my backlog that's kind of chapping my butt that I haven't beaten it yet or played it. Guys, this is really one of the games that started my channel. You know, I'm sure I've told the Mega Man X2 story before. But in my first video, after I picked up Mega Man X2 like a week before, at a pawn shop for $5. I sat in my car and I was like, man, you know what? I can make YouTube videos also. And the very next week, I picked up this guy right here. Demon's Crest on the Super Nintendo. Yeah, I know. It's a great game, legendary series, all that kind of stuff. But I've never really played it past the first level. You know, definitely one of those games I need to get off my backlog. I need to beat this game. Printed off a cover art from the cover project.net and Universal Game Case, and there you go. 6 O's with unimaginable power. Where have I heard that before? Thanos. I was just kind of putting around the game room today, and I was like, you know what, dude, I got so many games I need to play. It's ridiculous. All right. Next game is on PS3. I've bought and sold this game probably, I don't know, 6 times. And every time I pop it in, I play like the first level to test it, to, you know, put on my eBay store a picture of the game working. It is X-Men Origins Wolverine Uncaged Edition, which plays like Deadpool. You know, if you're familiar with the Deadpool game, this game sort of plays similar to that. There's a $3.99 thrift store sticker on the back. Now this game I think still goes for about $20. So doesn't really show off the game very well on the back, but you know, it's a third-person action game where you play as the Wolverine. Obviously, just got this one from video game collector Tony Morales at the trade show. Still has all kinds of stickers on it, but it is Captain America's Super Soldier on the PlayStation 3. I'm a big Marvel fan, a big Captain America fan, so I heard this game isn't bad. So I definitely want to check that game out. Leap into Aerobatic Combat, starring Chris Evans as Captain America. Wow. So, yeah, this game's getting a little bit harder to find as well, getting very expensive. NES Addict, you're talking about Gargoyle's Quest 2. Yeah, it's a game that's kind of on my short list. I want to get it, but it is expensive. You want to beat the Sega X-Men game. Oh, the one with like Psylocke. Yeah, that game's... I don't know if I like that game. I started to play this game, and I stopped. I want to say level like 5 or 6. I mean, I don't even know how many levels are in there. Xbox exclusive game. Had to have it in the collection because I love my shooters. Panzer Dragoon Orta. Just never finished it. So, yeah, it's a great game. Looks great. I mean, the Xbox is... I know there's a lot of Xbox hype out there. A lot of people that love the original Xbox, but I think it's still a little underrated up there with Sega Master System. You know, people know about it. Game Boy Advance. People know about it. People love it, but I think it's still underrated. Yeah, just beautiful graphics in this game from the 6th generation. And it's only on Xbox. How about that one? I know, tight, right? Like I just grabbed a beer and started hiccuping. I think it's because I'm talking. Maybe more beer. I saw a review on this. I picked it up on a lot earlier this year. I definitely want to play it, man. I need to start playing my TurboGrafx 16 a little bit more. I want to play Ninja Spirit, man. I love Ninja Gaiden. I love Kung Fu. I'm sure I'll like Ninja Spirit, right? Yeah, very cool. TurboGrafx, Sega Saturn, Sega Genesis, Master System to a degree. I have a Neo Geo Pocket. Are my most underplayed systems, you know? So definitely want to give Ninja Spirit a go. What's up, JJF? I don't know why. I just sat down and started hiccuping. I only had 3 beers. I'm in the last game, and I was thinking about starting this game tomorrow. If not tomorrow, next week. Next week when I get off work. Found this at Goodwill for like $3 or $4. Dragon Valor, a Namco game on the PlayStation 1. And guys, listen, a lot of PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games are dated graphically. N64, those 5th and 6th generation consoles. But just look at the graphics on this game. If I can get the glare off of there. I played the first level. You know, it's more like a tutorial level. You know what I mean? But it was really fun. It's sort of an action RPG with like platforming elements. You know what I mean? Lydia, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. So that's definitely a game that I want to beat. You know, it's on my backlog. It is 2 discs, but I think the thing you have to remember is the storage capacity on these discs aren't like, you know, a 2-disc Xbox game or something like that, you know, a 360 game. Yeah, just great. I mean, just great artwork on that. And of course, when you get to the end of the tutorial stage, you fight this dragon, this huge dragon, you know, and you're like, wow, you just like get all this confidence, like you can beat anything in the game. Yeah, Jay, it's just a game that I need to get that TurboGrafx 16 out, and I need to play it. You know, I have a stack of games, and I traded my I had a TurboGrafx 16 in some games. I traded to RetroHack for some PS4 limited run stuff, and I'm not like I wasn't upset about the trade or regret the trade or anything, but I'm just happy that I found another one. You know, I'm just blessed. I was looking at my Super Nintendo collection earlier, and I was like, man, I'm just so blessed to have all these games and be able to find these games. And you know, you bitch and complain that, you know, game hunting is dead and you can't find anything out there. And it's more of I appreciate the stuff that I have, you know, which is really kind of what got me on this. What's in my backlog that I really want to beat? Tight says he's playing a little bit of every one of his 650 PlayStation 1 games from A to Z, so he can do a proper collection video. Yes, it is a process. I don't know if I'll ever bust out like Sesame Street Sports and play it just so I can say I've played it. But yeah, to each their own. So those are the 15 games that I have on my backlog. So I'm kind of interested to see what you guys have on your backlog. I think Money said go with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So if anybody doesn't have any objections to that, then I'll probably just play that one. NES Addict says he's about to finish Messenger. That's that Ninja Gaiden clone. Yeah, I wanted to get that game. I got a convention coming up at the end of September. So that's one of those games, like if I see it, it's a good price, I'll definitely pick it up. Jesse Powell, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Sesame Street is legendary. I grew up on it. Yeah, we all grew up on Sesame Street. Unfortunately, they don't make the best games. You know what I mean? We did have Sesame Street, ABC, and 1, 2, 3 when I was a kid. They're not on my childhood NES games list because I don't want them unless I find them dirt cheap. You know. Yeah, Jay, it looked really fun. You got the digital copy. What do you have sealed on 3DO? Dude, I'm heading out to the Heath Flea Market this weekend. They got some 3DO games out there. Gore! But they're priced appropriately, you know what I mean? Yeah, Jesse, PS1 was the first console that I bought for myself when I was stationed in Okinawa. Sesame Street 1, 2, 3. Sealed! Yeah, I remember we got it, and somebody had a disc burner, and they burned us copies of like Siphon Filter, Metal Gear. What else do we have? We had God, what was that? It was triple play baseball. We'd all hang out in the barracks and play triple play baseball. Yeah, PS1 is definitely one of those consoles that I love to collect for, just because it has such nostalgia and sort of special value in the heart. You know what I mean? So, especially when you get some really cool, good PS1 games. Which is crazy because when you talk about like nostalgia and these consoles we grew up with these consoles and the games that we had for these consoles, and now it's kind of cool that we can sort of discover more of the library on these consoles. You know what I mean? You have a PS4 Pro 3 terabyte with 3 PS5 controllers with an adapter. Well, I mean, hey, PS4 is great. I still can't find PS5s. Not that I would buy one. I'm starting to see Switches in stock, sort of randomly. Usually at Target. Dragon Valor. You know what I like about these TurboGrafx 16 cases is that there's nothing on the back. Like, I know they came in cardboard sleeves, but yeah, I mean, just nothing, just blank on the back. And then the little end label is just a sticker that goes all the way down there. NEC, the Nippon Electronics Company. They made transistor radios. Did you guys know that before World War II? True story. Jesse's always been a PlayStation fan. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. And then when PlayStation 2 came out, it was like the biggest deal. You know what I mean? I didn't get a PlayStation 3 until later. I actually picked one up at a garage sale. And PS4, I'm on board with PS4. I love PS4. It's one of my favorite consoles. If I had to rank consoles, for me, it'd probably be like PlayStation 2 is probably my obvious number one. Maybe Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and then maybe probably PS4 would be number 4. So you'd have 2 PlayStation consoles in the top 4. Retrox says he went to Best Buy this weekend. There were at least 12 or 13 PS5s waiting to be picked up behind the counter. I've never seen that many PS5s in one place. Yeah, listen. I love PlayStation. Like I just said, but I'll wait for the console to drop in price, or I'll wait for new games to come out. Their library right now doesn't really impress me, so I'm not going to sink a bunch of money into the games and then hope to find a console. Eventually, I'll get one. Jesse says, you remember when he got his PS2 back in 2003 with GTA 3. Yeah, I got mine. I was stationed in Yuma, Arizona. Well, I'll never forget this. Stationed in Yuma, Arizona was my last duty station before I got out of the military. And the KB toy store at the mall, somebody in our barracks brought back a PS2. And we're all kind of huddled in his room. And, you know, when a new console comes out, especially, you're like, graphics and gaming will never be as good as it is right now. You know, of course, they always get better and more powerful and, you know, photorealistic graphics, which, by the way, I'm not sure if I like that all that much. You know what I mean? Maybe some games, but not every game. So, strap your, who are you? Who are you? But yeah, so guy in the barracks went to the KB Toys in the mall in Yuma, Arizona, and got himself a PS2. And at that time, they were running sort of a bundle deal. I don't want to say it was $399, but it came. You got to pick 3 games off the shelf. You know what I mean? So I go down there, and I'm like, man, I want to, you know, grab a PS2. So I go down to the KB, and I tell her, I'm like, yeah, I want to buy a PS2. And she's like, which 3 games do you want? And I picked up Hot Shots Golf, maybe Tekken Tag, and you know, probably like NCAA Game Breaker, you know, something like that. And I remember she pulled it out of the box. She wrote the serial number down. There was a piece of paper I had to sign that said, you know, I will not take this back to my car and put it in my car, and I'll be mindful of people that are following me around the mall that may want to steal my PS2. You know, it was just a crazy time. You know what I mean? So of course I just bought it and got my games and got in my car, and my 1991 two-tone brown Ford Explorer with the lift kit. Drove it back to Marine Corps Air Station Yuma, plugged in my PS2, and yeah, the journey began, man. I love that console so much. I still have it in the box, which is amazing. It's crazy town, absolute crazy town. But yeah, just, you know, PS2 for sure. It's got a deep library. You know, once you get past your Crash Bandicoots and, you know, your Gods of War and all your kind of big budget titles, there's a lot of really good games on the PlayStation 2 that people miss out on, like Shikigami no Shiro, Castle of Shikigami, which are shooters. Ghost Rider. If you don't have Ghost Rider on PS2, you are absolutely missing out. It's one of the great games on that console. And you would think like it's just a dumb movie title, but it's actually sort of a God of War Devil May Cry clone with some vehicle combat stages in it. And then when you beat the game on normal mode, you unlock like all of these cheat codes. You could do like invincibility, unlimited specials, you know, that kind of stuff. And then you unlock Blade, Ghost Rider 2099, Vengeance. So what I did, my second playthrough, I just played as Blade, put it on Be Invincible, made it through the game in like another 2 hours, unlocked everything else that the game had to offer. But you know, you collect souls. It's like the currency of the game. You can unlock. That's how you upgrade all your weapons and your, you know, offense and defense. So there's some light RPG elements to it. But you can unlock like readable comic books, behind the scenes stuff, artwork, you know, all that stuff, and you get all that content, and people just pass it up because it's Ghost Rider. It's, you know, it's the stupid movie game, you know, but it's a little bit more than that. It's really good. It's like, you know, $10 or less. You're definitely gonna get your $10 worth of fun out of it. That's for sure. So yeah, Ghost Rider on PS2 is a hidden gem. I don't see we got any more. Should I start doing hidden gems video? Because I actually know what a fucking hidden gem is. And I can pronounce the names. Oh, I want to play Sky Gunner too. I got Sky Gunner, which is another Atlas title. It's a shootery game. It looks more like Star Fox than it does like a traditional top-down shooter. But I'm actually going to, like I said, a convention at the end of the month, and Tite has a game in his. He has two games in his Sega Saturn game that I really, really want. One of them is Shinobi Legends or Shinobi Legions or whatever it's called, and then the other one is I don't remember. Tite, you got to help me out. It's a shooter. It's a top-down shooter, vertically scrolling, and you can like bomb things that are below you. God, I forget what it is. But yeah, I need to get that one. Oh God, it's gonna kill me that I don't remember. Let me look it up here. Not Darius. Never really liked the Darius series that much. Was it Galactic Attack? Was that the name of it? Let me look that up. I think that's the name of it, Galactic Attack. But it was called something else on another system. Yeah, Galactic Attack. It's about $100 game. But yeah, you can't go wrong with Sega Saturn shooters, right? I mean, what are we doing here? What are we talking about? Yeah, Galactic Attack for sure. And I think what I'm going to do is I have a manual for Contra Force, and that manual goes for $100. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw that up on Facebook Marketplace. Maybe a local collector will want it for $100, and then I'll just reinvest that $100 into a Galactic Attack. I'll probably also sell my manual for Super Bowling. I can't believe on N64. I can't believe how ridiculously stupid those rare N64 games have gotten. It's crazy. That Super Bowling cartridge is like $600, and Stunt Racer 64 is about the same. Captain Retro in the house. Captain! Yeah, retro games, and yeah. Gotta love the boys over at Rebel Gaming Club, man. They do it up. They're the best. Dan and the boys are the best. The best in the business. Yeah, hey, Jay, if you got something expensive that you want to trade for that manual, let me know. That'll be the one of those things where it's I trade it or sell it, and then about a week and a half later I find the box. You know what I mean? It's like son of a bitch. So the other thing, listen, guys, we'll run this down. I don't. Some of you guys may care about the Amico. Some of you may not, and that's okay. I'm semi-interested in the Amico, and there's been a lot of headbutting, man. A lot of clashing between those Amico people that look at the Amico through rose-colored glasses and the Amico haters that, every little word that the Amico team pushes out is doom for the console, right? Like, it's like extremists on both sides. But I was actually on a live stream last week, the Geek Getaway. I think the guy's name's Timmy. And yeah, he was real nice. I was on there with Retro Bro and Saggy Melons. And we just had a dialogue about, some of our concerns. So, yeah, the Amico community coming together, lovers, haters, and people that are indifferent. So, yeah, it was just, it was good dialogue. So he also did an interview with Guru Larry. So I don't know if anybody care. I didn't even really know who that was until I watched that interview. But yeah, it was good stuff. And, hopefully Tony will have me on his, I'm hoping it's Tony, the Geek Getaway will have me on his live stream again, because I really enjoyed the conversation, like I said. Game hunting stuff, man. Game hunting around here has been pretty dead. I don't know if you guys watch my videos, but I picked up that huge lot of Transformers, and I haven't found anything else really at garage sales. So I've just sort of been eBay living as it were. off of those Transformers. So what's up, Zach? They're just selling those off piece by piece. And some other stuff, man. Like if you're not in the audiobook game, definitely check out some of these audiobooks. I got this for like $1 or $2 at Goodwill. Illuminati, Illumine, the Illumini Files 01. It's like $30, you know. Cat Retro says, "What you say? Southern Fried Game Exchange was this week? Are you there?" It's off the hook. Yeah, I bet it is. I bet it is. We got a convention coming up at the end of September. You know, none of these guys have been around anybody because of COVID. Like we have conventions or little hangouts or get-togethers for over a year, obviously. So I'm hoping that it jumps off. I messaged the guy today. All the vendor tables sold out like within a day, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be crazy. And then they usually do. They usually have like a tattoo, like I think it's like American Tattoo or something. They have like a tattoo room, and you can go get tattoos. And my son and I were going to get tattoos this year, but they had to make space for vendors, so they did not the tattoo parlor in there today, which I thought was cool, because they do it up, man. They do like giveaways and VIP giveaways and early bird giveaways and a free arcade, the tattoo thing, all that stuff. So yeah, definitely looking forward to it, but I'm kind of bummed that the tattoo place isn't going to be there. What percentage of your Transformers have you sold through that lot? I'd probably say about 30%. I may have 40 or so listed on eBay, another 25-ish or so. And then I sold through a bunch the first time I posted them on eBay, but now they seem like they're slow sellers. So I just wait, you just gotta wait for people to get paid here in a couple days or a week or so. And hopefully we'll start flipping some of those. I kept a couple. I kept the 2004 Armada class Unicron. And there was a couple others that I kept. The Enertron, Megatron, with all the parts and pieces. That's like $150, $160 Transformer. So I definitely kept that one. But we've made our money back multiple times over on that lot. So if they don't sell, then that's cool. Whatever. Not a super huge deal. Flat Earth Gamer, I have no problem with the people liking the Amico. My problem is people not addressing the issues with it and acting like it's the greatest thing ever when it's not. Yeah, we were just talking about that. People that look at it through rose-colored glasses. I think there's definitely some issues there. I've pre-ordered my Amico. I got the wood grain one. And when it comes out, I'll probably spend, $100, $150 on games if they're available. I want the shooters, the retro remix stuff, and the platformers. That's really all I'm interested in. I'm not interested in like Shark or the board games or the kid games. Really not for me. Did I sell the Optimus Pen? I did. I sold it for, I want to say $18.99 plus shipping. So, and I got that entire lot of Transformers for $40. I've sold a couple for $50, $60. Most of them are in that like $20 to $30 range. And there's a handful that are in the $15 to $20, $25 range. So, I mean, they sell steady. I wish I could just sell them all in one day. What's up, Jet? I'll be right there, buddy. Give me 1 second. But yeah, I mean, I think that if we're able to have some good dialogue with the pro Amico and the anti Amico people, because what I think is starting to happen is that the anti Amico people are starting to see a little bit that it's not so much a scam as it's never coming out. Now you could say that this parts shortage is nonsense. It's really that they don't want to pay extra for the parts. And the pro Amico people are starting to see that. Wait a minute, we're gonna show it. You didn't say anything at E3. You didn't show us the physical. Then you let us down with this delay, and then our free gift was music that we could download off of YouTube for free anyway. It's just bizarre. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing is starting to get bizarre. I think I'm going to keep my pre-order until the end of February, maybe the end of March. And if we don't have any movement on that Amico by then I'm probably just going to cancel my pre-order. And if I want it and it comes out at Walmart or Meijer or Best Buy or something, then maybe I'll pick it up then. But they need to do something because people are sort of losing interest in this Warlock pretty quick. Cat Retro says, who really has the Soldier for Intellivision though? Like legit, I knew one kid who had one and it was broken. Everyone had Atari and NES. And if they claim otherwise, they're fucking lying to seem cool. Yeah, I mean, I was a huge Intellivision fan when I was a kid. I had, 2 copies of every game, one to rock and one to stock. I put my console back in the box every time I played it. No, that's not true at all. I did have a couple of Intellivisions around here, and I played them, and they were all right. I mean, to me, there's not really a ton of difference between an Intellivision, a Coleco, and an Atari 2600. You know what I mean? They're all kind of the same things. They are kind of fun to pick up and play type games. But, I think the Amico is going to take those types of games, those, old, high score, pick up and play games, and actually make them a little, update graphics and sound and all that stuff. And maybe they'll be a little bit better. Yeah, I also had the voice unit and the trackball. I ended up selling it last year. Again, video game prices are so ridiculously high right now that it's hard not to sell. It's hard not to, I was thinking about earlier today, like, I just throw all this stuff up online. What's up, Jet?
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Jet. How's life treating you, buddy?
Well, it could be better, but I don't want to get into that. It's a long story that's not worth telling.
Yeah. Cat Retro said we had a Master System late in its life cycle. Yeah, like it was weird because at my grandparents' house we had like an Atari 7800 and a shoebox full of games. At my house we had the Nintendo, and my aunt and uncle had a Sega Master System. So every time we go over to their house and spend the weekend, it was just such a treat to play Aztec Adventure, Choplifter, Hang On, Safari Hunt, parlor games, F-17 or F-16 Strike Eagle or whatever that game is. But yeah, it was really cool because it was a console. Again, I think Sega Master System is underrated, but it was one of those consoles that was like it's on par with Nintendo. You don't have Mario's or Zeldas, but there's some really good games on there. Captain Carl, which is awesome. So, Jet, did you have a Sega Master System?
I'm a 2000s kid. I didn't grow up with any Sega consoles.
You're a millennial. You're a millennial. How do I get you out of? How do I remove you? No, I'm just kidding. Cam Retro says Oak City Gamers is a liar. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't think Matty P's lying. My aunt, she was talking about this a month ago, 2 months ago. They had an Intellivision back in the day, and they would play blackjack on it. And she asked me if I had one. I'm like, I just sold them all like last year.
Oh.
NES Alex says, I knew no one with a TurboGrafx 16. We had the kid that lived down the block. His name was Mike Burns. Single child, so you know where I'm going. Mom and dad both great jobs. Kid got everything he wanted. His basement, he had cinder blocks with like plywood on it that he painted, and he had like a Lego city, probably as big as my game room. It was ridiculous. But he would get every new console that would come out. So he's the only person I know that had a TurboGrafx 16 and Splatterhouse. Real good parenting by a 12-year-old Splatterhouse on TurboGrafx 16. I should have called child services on him. But I didn't know that was a thing back in the day. Oh, child services. Jet, did you get any of the new Lego Star Wars sets?
Nope. I don't have the kind of money I want to spend on those right now.
Yeah, I've seen them out there, all of them except the Forge, the Armor's Forge from Mandalorian. That's the only one I haven't seen out there. But it's like, Lego's starting to do that thing where it's like the Bad Batch set, that's probably like an $80 set, but they're charging $100 for it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like they're just starting to like turn the screws a little bit. The Ahsoka Tano, Darth Maul, Mandalore dual set. That I mean, you get 2 minifigures, and that's like a $15 set. You get 4 minifigures in a battle pack, for God's sakes.
Uh-huh.
And they're charging $20 for that dual set, and they're not exclusive figures. What's up,
Well,
Heleno? Any NES Addict says he's out. Thanks, man. If you haven't, make sure you check out NES Addict if you want to see some cool Nintendo oddities, man. Great channel, great series of videos there. And I like the figures that come with the Moff Gideon light cruiser. They put the Cara Dune minifigure back in it, which is basically it's the same minifigure that was in the ATST Raider set. And it's like I'd rather you drop that figure out and give me like another Death Trooper, or something. But whatever. Grant Schumer play some Fall Guys with me. I don't know what Fall Guys is. Then they changed Boba Fett's Slave 1 to Boba Fett's Starship, which I think is kind of lame. But I do like that you get the new Boba Fett figure and the Mandalorian. And, you only get 2 minifigures in. So it's like they're selling you the set at a full set price that would come with like 3 or 4 minifigures, but they're only giving you 2. Like I feel like they're really shortchanging people on these sets. They're charging more and giving less.
yeah. All I really see is that at least we're getting new Clone Wars sets because we hardly get any of those.
Yeah, I actually can't believe they still make Clone War sets. You know what I mean? That was sort of a 10 years ago thing.
Well, technically, the last time they started making Clone Wars sets was in 2014, and then
Oh,
switch
was
over
it?
to Rebels,
Yeah.
and
God, I wish
those
I would have
sets
bought
didn't
every
sell
one of those.
well.
I wish I would have bought every one and then some of those Rebel sets. You get some of the rare, more exclusive, like Grand Moff Tarkin, not Tarkin, the blue guy,
Yeah, Admiral Thrawn.
Thrawn. Yeah, you got Thrawn, you got Zeb Aurelius. You get Sabine Wren, which is a cool figure. I think they made that in a couple different sets, but yeah, I mean, they're just great sets. Yes, Grant, that is correct. Ask away, buddy. Cam Retro says, even though I dig Star Wars, I just can't Ash Katano who. Ahsoka Tano. Ahsoka Tano is one of the most beloved characters in all of Star Wars. She's a great character. In Star Wars, you don't really get to see this a lot, but you get to see a character from when they're a kid all the way through their life cycle. You see it a lot. You may see it with like like the main characters like Luke or Darth Vader, something like that. But you get to see Boba Fett as a kid, and now he's older in the Mandalorian. Ahsoka Tano's older in Mandalorian. A lot of these Rebels characters like that, they were sort of kid like that are going to be older coming up. It's just kind of a rare thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And all of modern Star Wars for me consists of 3 films: Empire Strikes Back, Empire Strikes Back Lucas Edition, Empire Strikes Back Collector's Edition. Those are the only 3 films that matter.
Mhm.
Because he has the Rebel ship and Ezra's ship. They link together. Oh, that's cool. I have Ezra's helmet, minifigure helmet. I got it out of a box. None of the other parts were there. I was kind of disappointed. Flat Earth says he's going to bed. All right, man. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping by.
I have that same helmet. It came out of just a random bulk, a lot of pieces. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I hate when I find pieces like that, or I find like this happened the other day. I found God, what was her name in Indiana Jones in the Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls, like the woman that was the villain with the short hair and the sword and the Nazi suit or whatever.
Yeah,
I found
Elena's Falco.
found all the pieces for her except the headpiece. Like, yeah. Was it Kanan? I watched through Rebels once. Grant says, you've been dealing with a court case for domestic violence since last September. The prosecutor for my case has changed 3 times. I'm being falsely accused and even have a video of her hitting me. Well, listen, man, that video evidence helps. I don't know what state you live in Ohio. We are a primary physical aggressor state. So if a cop shows up and you're the primary physical aggressor, then they're going to arrest you, regardless of what sort of happened before. Because these always start off with like an argument, and then it turns into some yelling and screaming, and then whether you are provoked or she hit you like 100 times, and then you just punched right in the face once. You know what I mean? They're going to arrest you. That's just sort of the way it is. But that has changed prosecutors 3 times. That's actually probably a good sign, I guess. If the first 2 prosecutors didn't win the case, couldn't think they were going to be able to win the case, and they referred it to someone else, I mean, probably got a good chance of beating that case. Retro Advisory Board is in the house. What's up, Rab? RAB and the hizzy, faux shizzy. So, yeah, DV is always a tough one because traditionally the courts always side with the woman, even though they're probably the ones that pushed your button, spent all your money, fucked your best friend. You know what I mean? Drained your bank account. Jet knows what I'm talking about. He's a ladies' man. His off account is Space Mountain.
I'd like to think not.
Great says, gives me a lot of hope. I have a lawyer, but the case has just been slow due to COVID. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, everything was shut down last year. Yeah, bro. Just get it over with. Get her out of your life if that's what you want, and move on, man. There is, as they say, plenty of fish in the sea. Rab says he's packing to get out of the hizzy for vacay. I think I got that right. Yeah, sounds good to me, Holmes. Yep. So what you up to, Jet? What have you been collecting, putting together? What's your Lego situation right now?
Well, after thinking that the Lego Ideas Winnie the Pooh set wouldn't be available because they think they recently just started re-releasing the idea sets to other stores, I managed to snag a copy at my local Target.
Yeah.
Which is
What?
nice to do.
Let me answer. Secondhand toy dealer said, "Did you hunt any GameStops for clearance micro machines today?" No, I was thinking about heading out to Newark, Ohio tomorrow. They have 2 GameStops, so maybe find some 97-cent micro machines. So, Jet, since you're our resident Lego expert and all around badass, what are some sets that are out right now that you would recommend that people pick up?
That's a tough one because I don't always go after a ton of products that catch my eye, but
What sets are you into? Do you like the helmets, the helmet series?
no, I skip those. They're not for me.
Yeah, me either. I think they look like shit.
Yeah, if you're into those type of sets for display purposes, then go ahead, go for it. If you don't, then skip them, or if you want them for parts, wait till they're on sale.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a neat idea, but I think the execution on them is very poor. Like the Darth Vader helmet has all the studs on the outside, and it's like, why wouldn't you put solid, smooth pieces on that? You know what I mean? Like, It just makes it look bizarre. And the Spider-Man Carnage head looks ridiculous. And although I don't mind the Imperial probe droid as a build because it looks cool, it's not a helmet. Why is it in the helmet series? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yes.
But what sets are out there that you want to pick up or you've recently picked up?
Well, and ones that I'd love to get before it retires, and the $100 price tag is a bit hard to bite, and seeing that I think I have to buy it directly from Lego is the Jurassic World Indominus Rex versus Ankylosaurus because, well, you can't go wrong with any dinosaurs. I mean, they're cool.
Yeah, Lego
And
plus Jurassic Park plus dinosaur equals money.
well, and it's also better than buying a fake on eBay. I mean, because anybody, or at least any collector with trained eyes, can tell bootleg items apart from the real thing, depending on what it is you collect.
Yeah, for sure. We deal with that a lot in the gaming community. I mean, there's a guy on Facebook in our area that bought like reproduction games of like, oh, they're obviously the expensive games, right? And he just holds them up and takes a picture with his phone with the box of repro games in the background. You know, it's like, come on, man.
Of
Just lazy,
course,
man.
don't see
Hey,
that.
what do you think about the new Marvel Infinity Saga, Infinity War sets? I think they look pretty good.
They're all right. Not really like for me though. Not too big on Marvel.
Okay, well, that's cool. I mean, that's an honest answer. I think they skimped out on the minifigures. And the other set that I saw was Guardians of the Galaxy. Love Guardians of the Galaxy, and they really skimped out. They instead of the Milano, which is the name of the ship, they were like Guardians of the Guardian spaceship is what it's called. That's the name of the set. And you would think like in that set, right? You're gonna get Quill, Drax, Groot, Gamora, like all the characters that are like in that ship all the time, and you don't. I'm like, what are we doing here? This is kind of ridiculous. So I think
Yeah.
this summer was great for sets because I like the sets, but they really skimped out on mini figures. I like the Bad Batch stuff, Mandalorian stuff. I'm always gonna love, but yeah, they've really skimped out on the minis, which is the whole reason that I buy the entire set anyway.
Well, who doesn't? That's how they trick you.
Yeah, like like the Razor Crest right here, right? We've got the Child, Mandalorian, Grave Karga, an IG droid, and then we get a Scout Trooper, but you don't get a build to build a speeder bike. So the Scout
Yeah.
Trooper can ride a speeder ride. It's just bizarre.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe they didn't have time to think of that, or the designers were, you know, out late last night and didn't think to do that.
Maybe they're just like, screw you guys. We're not going to give you the extra 22 parts that it takes to build a speeder bike. You know what I mean?
Of
Like what are we
course.
doing? What do you think of the was it last year? Maybe it was the year before. Maybe they've been around a while. The Lego sets that are like 4+. You know what I'm talking about?
Of
They're
course.
like they're a little bit above juniors, but they're not as complex as the regular sets. What do you think of those sets?
They're, good for young builders because obviously Lego has retired those type of sets for many years now. I mean, any Lego fan from the late 70s through the 80s probably knows of Fabuland. It was a theme geared towards children who were too old for Duplo, but not ready for regular Lego system sets just yet. So it was kind of like a breach between the two. And those sets are now collector's pieces, like even brand new in box. So you'll have to fork over a few arms and legs if you want them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, and I don't know, maybe it was like COVID, but COVID caused like the price to go up on almost everything, like a ridiculous amount. I don't know what those sets were going for like pre-COVID, but I've got like Lego Gear Set 001, and I've got like that 1965 European Taxi in the box. You know what I mean? Like I've got but those sets aren't really as valuable as those sets that you're talking about, those sort of in between sets, which kind of makes me want to go out and buy them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For investment pieces. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oak City's talking about the road plates. Yeah, if you can find like it's usually like the straight pieces that you can never find at the store because somebody will go and buy all those straight road pieces. Okay, he says, how did you guys thoughts on the new road system to replace the plates? I don't really know anything about the new road system, but I know when you go and buy the base plates, usually I never see any straight road pieces. They're all curved or like T intersection pieces or whatever.
Yeah, I don't get why they can't just go with regular base plates because those are just really cool. And now that they're replacing them, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, what do they do? Are they making new base plates?
I think they're just like not really, they're not like actual base plates. They're more like just regular plates that you like build on top of or something and using tile pieces to resemble like what you'd see on a road.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oak said it's pieces. Yeah. Ugh. Ugh.
yeah, it's just like a lot of just pieces to make up a road, like individual pieces. I'm like, where's the fun in that?
Yeah, I mean, like the best part is like you get the road piece and then you can build like right next to it. Man, you know what? I wonder if those types of sets are going to be valuable because nobody's going to like them, and Lego's going to get rid of them real quick and probably go back to the regular base plates.
Yeah, and $20 is definitely a little bit of a hard buy at 112 pieces, and it's just seen as an add-on type of set for people who want to collect those city sets. Though even the glow-in-the-dark pieces they use for like these solar-powered lights are nice, and hey, glow-in-the-dark pieces are kind of rare.
Yeah, yeah, they don't put a lot of glow in the dark pieces in a lot of sets, that's for sure. That's why hit the hidden side sets, they were good to have some glow in dark and translucent pieces.
And yet Hidden Side failed because Lego was trying too hard to have augmented reality put in. I'm like, yeah, no, this feature doesn't work
Yeah.
if it only works with like the latest phones.
Yeah, and Legos tried that a couple times. Like they had the one where you put it on the tablet. You know what I'm talking about? You build them on the tablet, and then the new video or videos or whatever those little things are that look like complete hot garbage. But yeah, Legos trying real hard to mesh Legos with technology, and in my opinion, that's not what Lego is about. Lego's not about making bricks compatible with your smartphone. It's dumping out a block of bricks, just like Retro Advisory Board is saying right here. Dumping out a box of bricks. It's creative play. Your kids are learning those fine motor skills, imagination skills. All of those things.
Yeah, that's like the thing. Well, the points people made about video. It's like, isn't Lego building supposed to be about like using your imagination and not having kids attached to a screen? I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it's like they don't know the message there. Like it was supposed to be about, yeah, like using your imagination and building things and keep. It's like a good excuse to get kids away from a screen, but now it's like you're encouraging it. Like,
Right.
what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, listen, like where are we gonna what are we gonna do next with Lego? Are they gonna have like a Minecraft style game where you can have like Lego bricks and build your own, forts and whatnot? I mean,
I mean, it doesn't sound like a bad idea. I mean, granted, I don't think Traveler's Tales would be able to license Minecraft to do a Lego Minecraft video game because, well, there's really no point, and Minecraft is literally on every platform. So,
I was thinking like
Yeah,
Lego could partner with somebody else and make a game that's like Minecraft, except with Legos, and you reach certain levels and you unlock certain parts or prints, stickers, that kind of stuff you can put on your fort.
yeah, there is the Lego Worlds video game, which some people say is just a late Minecraft clone, and I think it received like mixed reviews because of the clunky controls and I guess confusing layout. Yeah, say skip it if you're not into that.
Yeah, for sure. But like I said, man, I was gonna buy all those new Star Wars sets, but I was like, 130 for the Gideon cruiser. Like they're just expensive. $100 for the Bad Batch one. What's the Mandalorian ship with Bo-Katan? How much? That one's like 70 or $80, right? Like it just you kidding me?
Yeah, well,
You're gonna have like $500 into these things.
yeah, well, with the Mandalorian ship, it is nice to see a remake of it since the original came out in 2012, and most people wanted a
Yeah.
Bo-Katan minifigure because we haven't seen one in a while, and at least we're getting remakes of sets that were not too good from the start, and now are collector's pieces to people who are nostalgic for them.
Yeah. I may still grab that Mandalorian chip just because big Mando fan. But I want to get the Bad Batch one so bad, but it's just such a lazy build. Yes, you're getting like the first figures of the Bad Batch guys, but they don't all fit in a ship, which is why they made that stupid little speeder that goes with it. So they made a speeder for that set, but not for this set. You know what I mean? Where they give you a scout trooper. Lego's killing me right now.
And I'm seeing people who actually have the Bad Batch shuttle. Like, I see some people who've gotten like an extra of like the that neck armor piece, and when they don't really give you an extra of that piece, to another person who got a misprinted head where the gray is not on it. So someone's like, "You can make a custom Rambo out of that." And I'm like, "Cool, go for it."
Yeah.
And yeah,
All right, Oak. Thanks for stopping by, man. Take care. Good luck at the flea market tomorrow. I am also going to the flea market tomorrow, and then I'm gonna hit a couple Game Stops, secondhand toy dealer. Got some micro machines for 97 cents, and I will buy all of their micro machines for 97 cents. You know what I mean? Like, how many you got? 297 cents each. I'll take them all. You know, just a big micro machines guy. Other than Lego, do you do anything else? Do you do games or Hot Wheels, anything like that?
I don't really collect Hot Wheels, though I only have a few like video game related ones that I've kept in the package because I don't need them getting lost or anything. And even aside from that, I've taken an interest back into collecting various action figures. Mind you, I don't go for the Black Series figures because, in my opinion, they're too tall, and I don't like figures that are that tall, to be honest. I prefer like the almost 3 to 4 inch scale. And I like when they're posable and have different points of articulation, not like those old school Kenner figures where there's no articulation in the joints.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just the way they made those figures back then, in the late 70s, early 80s. And then sort of G.I. Joe came along and you had, elbow bends and knee bends. And that sort of became the standard for a while. But then, Toy Biz went back to that same stiff articulation in the 90s with their X-Men and Marvel toys. They don't bend at the knees or the elbows. So, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I like the Black Series figures. I just can never find them. And when I do, it's the same. It's Quill and Grafe Karga from Mandalorian. Like I haven't seen any new Black Series figures out there in 4 months, 5 months. Whenever it was, I picked up Moff Gideon.
Yeah, and I think aside from skipping the Black Series figures, I like the vintage collection figures because,
Those are great
yeah,
figures.
if you grew up with those original Kenner figures, you'll definitely see the appeal in the vintage collection if you can find any.
Yeah, they're great, and I like that they come on the card, and the card looks like in the blister packaging looks like the old one.
Mhm. If that's what they're going with, even if some of these are just straight up re-releases of ones they made before, just changing the way the figure is put into the plastic, front, and changing the front packaging a little bit, and of course, different copyright information on the back and the Disney logo, which started appearing on Star Wars products in 2015, which is
Mm,
interesting.
yeah. Oh, you know what? I don't collect Mego. Remember like the old Mego figures from like the 70s or whatever? Well, they like remade those, and I saw a Captain Picard, Jean-Luc Picard from Next Generation, and uh, Picard as Locutus the Borg, and I was like, oh man, these are so cool. But I left them. I was like, I can't get into anything else. I do the Micro Machines and the Legos and the video games and the Black Series when I can find them. I want to get into the WWE stuff, but it's like I can't take on anymore. You know what I mean? Because I got to play Ninja Spirit. Rab says, "Who needs knees and elbows?" Mattel makes 100 million with Barbie, stiff as a board. We'll throw in a cape wardrobe. Yeah, I mean, the Barbie's legend. Barbie's sort of legendary, and
Well,
that's sort of
of course.
that's the way they've been making them from the beginning.
Yeah, except at least Mattel in recent years has been very diverse with Barbie, not just having, handicap ones, but introducing various skin tones and even one with a prosthetic leg, which, yeah, kudos, Mattel. You're doing great.
A plastic doll with a prosthetic leg.
Well, just for diversity and inclusion, because any toy brand needs to have that, because they want to be respectful.
Yeah,
Although, not to say that Mattel has had their share of controversies with Barbie,
right,
which
right.
is no surprise.
Yeah, for sure. Mm, 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 mm. All right. Well, I'm gonna take like a couple minute break. Joe Boo needs a refill. And I gotta run to the bathroom. But when we come back, we'll do Q&A. So if anybody has any questions that they want to ask me or ask Jet, who is our resident Lego expert, you can definitely ask him at that time. So just give me a couple minutes. I'll be right back, guys. All right, we're back. We're back. I'm back. We're all back. I'm sure Jet was entertaining you guys while I was gone.
Not really.
Listen. Woodbury and Retro Game Hunter is here. Oh, the Woodbury and Show. Change it. Sorry, Josh. What is up, man? Hope things are going well for you. If anyone has any questions, we'll do a quick Q&A. If anyone wants to ask me any questions or Jet any questions about games, toys, Space Mountain, anything like that, leave a question down there. What are some licensed Lego sets that you would like to see? Like if Lego could get the license for them, what would you like to see?
Well, if it had to be licensed, I mean, it kind of would be nice to see a return of Nickelodeon stuff since we only had SpongeBob and also only 2 Avatar sets, which those are now, Grail sets.
Yeah, and I love that show too. That was a great show. My oldest son, when he was younger, we used to watch it all the time. Not that they would get a license for these sets, but just thinking big, man. I'd love to see like Predator sets, Alien sets, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but you gotta imagine, or at least think about it, that Lego is a company for kids, and they wouldn't be allowed to license anything that's horror related.
Right,
Not to
right.
say they could. I mean, they did Gremlins for Lego Dimensions, which, again, Gremlins is responsible for creating the PG-13 movie rating
Yeah.
alongside
Honestly, like
Indiana Jones.
Nickelodeon, I think would be cool if they did like a Nickelodeon Guts. Remember that show Nickelodeon Guts? Like that, like a play set for that. Woodbury says Mario Lego sets. They do Mario Lego sets, which I didn't like them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't like them either. Like, again, they're trying too hard to incorporate, app-based gameplay with like going like no, nobody wanted this. People wanted regular minifigures. I think even Nintendo wanted regular minifigures where like it was like, screw that, let's do this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I probably would have bought a bunch of them if they were regular minifigures and not like brick builds. Retro Advisory Board, thank you so much for the dono there. Gonna finish packing early out tomorrow, going on vacay. Where are you going on vacay? Going someplace exotic? Good chatting, Lego, and nice to meet you, Jet. May those micro machines find a good home. Man, I love those micro machines, man. The new stuff is good, but the old stuff is legendary. I absolutely love it. Again, thanks, Rab, for the donation, man. You didn't have to do that, but that's very kind of you. What do you think about see, what would be some other really cool licensed sets? I know like Dragon Ball Z and Naruto would probably sell, but like you said, is that too much violence for Lego?
Yeah, and even with like with Naruto and Dragon Ball, when they got English dubs and gained a following in the US, they were, heavily censored compared to the Japanese dubs. And yeah, I don't think they'd be able to do that. Not to say they could do an anime theme, which they did with Exo Force in the mid 2000s, which I think was heavily inspired by all the giant mech based anime like Gundam, which those were pretty good, and I still want those minifigures for their pieces because I love the anime style they did.
Yeah, anime. Yeah, I mean, no, dude, I totally get it, man. Like, they're gonna get into the Nintendo stuff. You got Zelda and Metroid and all those great licensed Nintendo franchises.
Oh yeah, Legend of Zelda would be really cool because there was, I think, someone in posted on Lego Ideas like a Zelda project that reached the 10,000 supporters, but then it was rejected because, Nintendo, I guess, not agreeing to it at the time, or Lego saying no. But it would totally work because, I mean, anybody who grew up with the classic castle sets would love a Zelda set just because, I mean, it's been a few years since Lego has abandoned the castle setting, and they really need to go back to doing those.
Yeah. Well, and they talked about making like they do like a Super Mario Maker, and they do I think there's a Mega Man one, but they had talked about doing a Zelda one where you could make like your own dungeons and stuff, and I think that fits in great with Lego and sort of the creativity and the imagination. Where you can buy a bunch of Lego sets and sort of link them together and make your own Zelda dungeon. That would be great.
Yeah, and I think even back then there with like Lego ideas, which I think this rule is not existent anymore, was like no new specially molded parts. But I think that rule is now non-existent because if you looked at, the Winnie the Pooh set and the Sesame Street set, they're clearly introducing new molded pieces, but that doesn't seem like a big deal anymore. And that would be perfect just to see a hat, hair, and earpiece for Link because they have made hair pieces like that before for Lord of the Rings, but unless you can track those pieces down, then you got a good purist custom Link and maybe a purist custom Zelda. Because I know that's a trend that a lot of people on Instagram do is purist custom figures. Purist meaning that they only use official parts and no third party pieces and no custom made parts or gluing or modifying parts because they say that's cheating. And yeah, I don't do that. I don't want to wreck my pieces.
Yeah. Secondhand toy dealer says Lego needs to bring back the Woodland sets. Woodbury Retro Game Owner Castlevania. Would they have to get that license from Konami then? Because yeah, I mean, dude, like, come on, Contra and Castlevania and all those great, all those great Konami titles.
Yeah, I don't know if Konami would agree on that, and I think he's referring to maybe like the Castle Forestman line, which I don't know how popular those sets were and how long they lasted. But yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what Legos because they'll do like Stranger Things, and that's more of a mature license. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't even watch Stranger Things because I think it appeals more to like 80s children. And of course, I'm a 2000s kid, so I didn't grow up with a lot of 80s stuff. And I also think $200 is too much for it. And I think it was also really immature of Man Doctor Productions to rant about not being able to get that set from the Disney Springs Lego store, claiming that they're not allowed to sell sets from other distributors. I'm like, since when has that ever been an issue? That doesn't make sense.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I, you know, I mean, we were talking about like Star Wars earlier, but they're getting ready to retire the Mando set, the Mandalorian battle pack, and the Sith Trooper battle pack, and it's like I want to see what they come out with next, because I love those battle packs. I think just as investment pieces, they're probably the best value when it comes to if you just want to invest in Lego, because they always seem to at least triple in value after they retire.
Yeah, depending on what you've got, of course, because yeah, unless the figures are exclusive and are not going to get reprinted in other sets, then yeah, that's a reason for a set to go up in price. Granted, the Sith Troopers Battle Pack, the only two figures exclusive, well, three are exclusive, yet two of the Sith Jet Troopers, and then a Sith Fleet Officer, and then the Sith Trooper is in like three other sets. So that's
Yeah,
common figure right there.
and the jetpacks that came with the jetpack troopers. I think that's like the newer mold for the jetpacks, and they're in red. So it's like I don't know. Is that the only set you can get the new jetpacks with that color?
I don't know. Usually it helps to just look up the set on Bricklink, go to look at the minifigures, look at the
Mhm.
parts, and then see if they happen to have if that piece is in another color. Because I'm always
Yeah,
surprised when I see that.
Have you seen the react? Have I seen the reaction Thundercat figure as reaction the company? Dude, I'm 100% in on Thundercats. We do not get any Thundercats anything anymore, and it's a travesty. You pop up Bricklink. Bracklink. I always put it in my Bricklink. You know, you can make like parts that you want, and it's like my part list is like 500 parts now. Like, uh-oh.
Yeah, no, that jetpack piece is also available in white, and it's in the Bricklink to load. It's also that, so the one in white was available in the Basana speeder chase used on that other jetpack trooper in white, which they've already retired that set. And with this piece in red, cheapest one on Bricklink is from a seller who has 574 at 68 cents a piece, and their minimum buy is $2.
Yeah. Let me see this jetpack part number 58017.
Although granted, the one in white is a bit more rare, and cheapest one on Bricklink is $1.95 from a seller who has a minimum buy at $5. They only have one.
Yeah, so you can only get it in red in that one set, and then white in the one set. Is what it looks like. Ooh, yeet, yeet. Louise, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. But I do love those battle packs, man. I love them for sure. There's a guy. There's out of this world collectibles or toys, and he posted a thing on his Facebook. He's got like boxes of them, and he's like, yeah, there's 8 to a box. So if you $10 a piece, and I'm like, well, that's only $250 a minifigure plus the parts. You know what I mean? Like, I might have to get a box of those. Luigi Daryl 27. What's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. We're just kicking it, man, talking games, Legos, old toys. Yeah, we're doing Q&A for about another 20 minutes. And then we'll cut her off here. But yeah, anything you guys want to talk about or questions? We have a Lego expert in the house. So Jack can answer all your Lego questions. Louise, I love your thumbnail. Nintendo 64, man. I know the controller gets shit, but it's a great console. I'm going to grab something real quick. Bada bing, bada boom. Do, 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 do. Copy that. Do one of those things there. Do the pasty. Copies and pasties. Why isn't this loading? Bada bing. Retro Ed Advisory Board. Rab's, Rab, he's doing the Amico thing, like he's into the Amico, which is cool. But I will leave a link. He's at 240 subscribers, 246 subscribers. So if 4 people go over there, he'll have 250 subscribers by the time he gets back from vacation, which I think will make his day. And he's a good dude. So make sure you check that out before we go out of here, because I want to thank him for that donation again. Totally didn't have to do that. Have you ever heard of Ty Tasmanian Tiger? Yes, I have. There's 3 of them on the PS2. I have all 3 of them. I popped one in, played it, 15, 20 minutes, and then never played it again. It was just one of those games I had that I wanted to test, make, and play, But, yeah, people love them because I think that series came out on the GameCube and the Xbox. But again, that's We talk about these forgotten franchises from the 6th generation and beyond, or before. Yeah, it's definitely one of those games that's on there. Not as good as Einhander though. Square's shooter on the PlayStation 1. Dragon Valor. That was on my backlog list if you watched earlier. Which is crazy. I gotta put this whole stack of games away when we're done. Which is bonkers. Let's see what we got here. Jet, what Lego do you watch? Lego channels on YouTube? Or are there Lego channels that you subscribe to and watch?
I think for me, it's primarily like Jang Bricks and Just Too Good because I think they're the only good reviewers left. A lot of other ones just seem too campy or annoying to me, or they rely too much on doing sponsored reviews because they're, brand ambassadors. And yeah, I don't like that. They're just being show offs.
Yeah, what do you think of M&R Productions getting kicked out of the ambassador program?
He deserved it. Because to me, if you're a part of something like that and you're leaking, you know, pictures and information like that, that's like working for a restaurant and leaking their own recipes. And it's like, you don't do that, dude. That's messed up.
Yeah, I think he tried to play it off as like God, what was he was saying like he was speculating or something, and they didn't like the fact that he was speculating. It was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop a link for Michaela's channel. She has a Lego channel. It's called Snot Okay, and she just she's got like 190 subscribers. So again, if we can get like a handful of people to go subscribe to her channel, she can wake up tomorrow and be at 200 subscribers, which is kind of cool. People love that on YouTube. But she does builds, and she's got a backlog, and she does a lot of live streams where she just kind of hangs out with other Lego people, and they just shoot the breeze while they're building sets. It's just sort of fun to pop that on while I'm working in the game room or sorting through minifigure parts. But yeah, definitely check out her channel because she's super nice too. I don't know which one of these games I'm going to play. Like, we had a recommendation for San Andreas. So I definitely want to play that one. I like GTA. Well, I like GTA 5. I haven't played any other ones. Shadow of the Colossus is good. Oh, Metal Jesus is here. Thank God.
Yeah, that's a fake. Don't bother.
No, that's
Don't
the
even
real.
get me started.
That's the real Metal Jesus.
Yeah, I can't even tell if it's real because they took away that feature where you can go to somebody's channel
Oh, you're right.
directly from the chat. It's a dumb feature they took away.
Yeah, they also took away the ability to PM people, like direct message people on YouTube, which was kind of a bummer. What's up, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by, man. Ooh, we pin message, report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user on this channel, or we could add him as a moderator. We could add Mike as a moderator. I mean, Metal Jesus Rocks. We could add him as a moderator. And we're not going to do that.
If it were the real, there'd be no spacing in between each word, and it'd be a verified account.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest giveaway is it's not verified. What's your favorite racer for the Game Boy Advance? Well, listen, man, it's tough to beat F-Zero. F-Zero, there's a couple of them. But the game that I like, and it's a game I got to finish. It's a pretty rare game on Game Boy Advance. It's called Car Battler Joe. It's a Natsume game. sort of like a vehicle combat RPG type game. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
I did block your friend John Hancock.
Yeah,
Johnny Hancock.
don't even get me started with John Hancock.
Yep. It's been a long while, but I miss response videos. Well, the thing is, man, like I forget who I was talking to about this, but 5 years ago, 6 years ago on YouTube, the way we connected all the time was doing challenge videos, response videos, tag videos, and everybody had sort of their own little circle. But because a couple people knew some other people in some other circles, it would the challenge or the tag or the response would get around, and that's sort of how we connected. Now everything's done with live streams, man. Live streams, just the way it's done. Tag and response videos don't really get views anymore. Just like pickup videos. Pickup videos used to be big. Collection videos used to be big. And they're just not game room tours. Do I have a favorite side-scrolling game for the GBA? Mine was Shaman King Master of Spirits 1 and 2. I've actually heard of the game. I've never played it. Wow, I like the Mario games. They're good, but I'd have to say that mine is probably Metroid Fusion. I loved Fusion. It was really, really good. Manson, what's up? Yeah, I was playing darts earlier. I played for a couple hours. I didn't play good, but I played. you know. Yeah, Game Boy Advance. We were just talking about that earlier. Game Boy Advance it's still underrated, in my opinion, for the amount of games that are on it. Iridian, the Iridian series, great shooters that nobody talked about. So. Can I see your game room tour? Did you fix that leak in your basement there, Metal Jesus? You get enough people? Did you get enough people to pay for it so you could fix your basement? Yeah, those guys are insane. And it's funny because like when I started doing CM Retro merch, you know, it was like, oh, you're an e-beggar, and I'm like, but I'm not begging anybody for money for shirts. You know what I mean? If somebody wants one, they can have one. Like your favorite band sells shirts. Are they e-beggars? Yes, Manson, I know. It's formerly Stuntman Mike, formerly Mike's Garage, formerly John Hancock, formerly RGT 85. Like, why do you have so many accounts, bro? That's craziness. That's crazy town. I don't have time. I don't have time on YouTube for this account, and then I started a toy channel. I don't have time for that one either. Honestly, the GBA should have added a modded screen back in the day. The main GBA nowadays is just crap compared to the 2005. There is a problem with e-begging. When you've got like Dark Side Phil, like, I'm going to cut off this live stream if people don't start donating. This is how I pay my bills, and Meanwhile, he's on vacation, or Metal Jesus, who you look on Social Blade, and he makes like $30,000 a month or something stupid, and he's begging people to pay for his Japan trip. That's a problem. The Game Chasers. I have nothing against the Game Chasers. I don't know them personally, but their stream bot used to say, if you want to keep the stream going, donate $2. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I monetize my videos and sell merch and have my super chat open. Like, if I'm the worst e-beggar on the platform, then I guess I'll take it. Whatever. If you're gonna be good at something. And I'm sure that runs in every community on YouTube. The Lego community, the Hot Wheel community. I mean, it's probably the same everywhere.
Uh,
But once the money started coming into it, and these guys were turning this into a business, and they wanted to quit their jobs or whatever, there's definitely a haves and haves not part of this community, and it's killing the community because it used to be fun. Even the trolls used to be fun. Now the trolls are mean. You know what I mean? Like there used to be a little
Yep.
cheekiness to the trolls. They'd poke at you a little bit, make fun of my big schnoz, or something like that. But now they say mean things like you're an idiot, and I'm like, oh, hurts my feelings. And it's sad. I guess until another platform comes out where people can live stream on it, and Patreon too. Patreon is part of the problem as well because Patreon used to be set up for artists, where you could sign up for like 3 months or 6 months, and you'd pay like $20 a month, and you get like a keychain or a sticker, like you knew you were getting something that was lesser in value, but it was sort of to help the starving artist. And the bigger goal was that once you achieved your goal of getting, the gear that you needed, that you would pay it forward and pay that back to another artist. So it was sort of like a pay it forward type system. And now it's definitely not like that. I asked Smash JT once. I like Jeff. I know him. I can text him right now. I asked him, I'm like, well, what do your people on Patreon get that's worth it? You know what I mean? Worth the $5 a month. He's like, I don't do anything special. You just got people giving. Don't send it to Patreon. Just send me a check. Everybody send me a check. For $5 a month. So it's really lost its purpose, because that wasn't its original intention. But Patreon realized that, hey, wait, there's a ton of money to be made here, not just off some starving artist that needs some, canvases or paints, or some photographer that needs some camera equipment. What's your next stream? I enjoyed Earth Defense Force and Pang. Yes, Pang was awesome. Earth Defense Force is a great game. Underrated game on the PS4. It's like dirt cheap. And it's like if Starship Troopers was a video game. I don't know, man. We were talking about games that I needed to play in my backlog. I've got Shadow of Colossus, which I've never played, and a Red Art game shooter, Full Blast. I do love Red Art games, man. They have a great selection of games. They do PS4, Switch, and Vita, I think is what they do now. I mean, basically the same as like a limited run. But they got some good stuff over there. I missed out on what's it called, like Halloween Fever or something, and they only made 999 copies, and it sold out pretty quick. It's like an 8-bit style platformer. So I don't know, man. You pick. What do we want to play? We want to play Full Blast or Shadow of the Colossus tomorrow or Sunday? Those are the two PS4 games that are next. I mean, I guess I could hook up the PS3 to the Elgato. We got Captain America, X-Men Origins, Wolverine. Who knows? There he is. Bubba, what's up, man? Yeah, I couldn't play that Micro Machines game, man. I couldn't get the controls down. Full Blast is a shooter, in case anybody hasn't heard of that title. But yeah, it looks fun. I mean, it looks like a standard vertically scrolling shooter. It's got a really kick-ass heavy metal soundtrack. But the reviews are like, yeah, it's just kind of mediocre. It's not great, not terrible. So, yeah, we might pop that in tomorrow or Sunday because I really want to play it. I should have got a couple of them from Red Art Games. Let me see if they still have any left. Red Art Games is cool. I made a video about some Red Art games, and then I sent them an email. I'm like, hey, just so you know, I do YouTube, and I made a video about your games and whatnot. So like basically like, please don't copyright strike me. I'm a friendly here. You know what I mean? And they actually sent me 2 games from France. which was nice. Oh, that looks like a Task Force Campus, 1999. Yeah, they got great stuff, man. Doesn't love it. Riddle. They still have copies of Riddle Corpses EX for $24.99. It's a top-down twin stick shooter. I'm like turning into a Red Art Games infomercial right now. Halloween Forever. That's what it was. War Tech Fighter. They still got War Tech Fighter. Yep, they're sold out of full blast. And what Red Art Games does that's really cool is they have the game up there and they're like $29.99, whatever it is. And after 4 or 5 months, they drop it down to $20. Then they drop it down to $10. To sell off all the rest of that back stuff. Jeremy, I did not play Halloween Forever. That's a game that I was like, man, I'm gonna go on their website. I'm gonna buy like 4 copies of it. And then I went to the website and they were sold out. So I never got my hands on one. And what's that game going for nowadays? Anybody want to take a guess? I'm gonna say $80. Oh, $110, $115, $150, $130. Someone got one graded at an 85 plus. They're asking $266 plus $40 shipping. Yeah, that's one I wanted, but I just waited too long on it, Jeremy. No. Yep. Yeah, Bubba, Brett, that Micro Machines game, that was. Maybe I just need to spend some more time with it or check out if I can make the controls different. But like you push a millimeter on the thumbstick and that car goes 90 degrees to the left. Manson, I have not seen the new preview for the Hot Wheels game. I'm always down for arcade racers, man. Arcade racers are one of my favorite genres for sure. I like games like that are fun to sort of pick up and play. You don't have to really know a ton about cars. You know what I mean? I picked up a Xenon Racer for like, I don't know, like $20 on PS4. It's really, really good. It's really hard though. It's a tough game. It's absolutely brutal. Yep. What console is that on, man? Is that a multi-plat game or is it like an exclusive? An exclusive. Can't go wrong with exclusives. Okay, nobody subscribed to Michaela's channel. It's not okay. You need to. Or else. Let's see, where's Rab's channel? R, because that's how the alphabet works. I'm looking through my my list, and I'm like, of people that I subscribe to. I'm like, man, Retro Power Up. Dean hasn't posted in forever. Retro Heck never posts anymore. Retro Big J. You ever have those channels that just sort of go dead on you?
I can think of a few.
Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy town. It's crazy town. I do like is it it's not the Just Too Good. What's the other one? What's the other Lego channel where they do like every Lego clone trooper ever made?
Brick
Vault. Yeah, Brick Vault. Do you like that channel?
They're okay, but I also give them a skip.
Okay. Do you watch Brick Bucks, Jim over at Brick Bucks? He does more investing type stuff.
Yeah, never heard of him. I don't get why a lot of people have to use brick in their name. They just sound like copycats and clones of each other.
Like Brick. That's my Lego name, Brick. Manson says it's going to be out on all consoles. Let me take a look at this Warlock. We haven't really had a good Hot Wheels game in a while, as far as I know. Bada bing, bada boom. Is it called Hot Wheels Unleashed? Let's see if we can. What are we doing? Oh, I gotta have another monitor to do screen sharing. About Trey Fitty. What streaming services do you guys use for movies and TV and such? All right, Jen, I'll let you go first. What do you subscribe to there, buddy?
I use a lot of different services. Well, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Discovery Plus, Paramount Plus, HBO Max. A lot of different services.
I think we have the HBO one, and I never really watch it. The Hulu, we have the Hulu. I'm not really into the Hulu, man. There's too many goddamn commercials. But I'm always down for Netflix, and Disney Plus has my money for life. You know, Disney Plus is amazing, and this new Hot Wheels game looks pretty sweet too. Oh yeah, I'm down for some Hot Wheels. Why don't they make a Micro Machines game like this? It's sort of a third-person arcade racer and top 13 new racing games of 2021. Look at that. I like the Hot Wheels games on the GameCube. They were pretty good. And the N64 ones. That's sort of that style that I like, that N64 style with the arcade racers. You know, the Cruisins and the San Francisco Rushes. Although Hydro Thunder was a pile of garbage on that console. But hey, they all can't be winners, right?
Nope. Can't all be winners.
Yeah, right. Disney Plus, man. Disney Plus is great. I've been watching the What Ifs. They put 2 new What If episodes up. What if Agent Carter became Captain America, and what if what was the other one? The Black Panther was in Guardians of the Galaxy is basically what was happening. They do the alternate timeline thing, but yeah, it's cool. So I like that kind of stuff, man. I'm a superhero nerd from when I was a kid. I can't wait for the Spider-Man one. I hope there's a Spider-Man one. Because the comic book was like, what if Spider-Man had 6 arms? What if Magneto joined the X-Men? You know, some really good ones. I do not. About Trey Fitty says he has Netflix and Peacock. I do not have Peacock. I don't even know what's on there.
Not interested in that service if they keep pumping out really stupid ads that don't even make you want the service.
And we do Amazon Prime. We do a lot of Prime around here. I told the wife to get rid of cable. Just because why? I mean, where we do like the cable and the internet, and I'm like, just cut the cable and pay for these streaming services. I'm never gonna run out of stuff to watch on Amazon, Netflix, or Disney Plus ever. And if I do, I'll just rewatch all the good stuff that I like. Netflix has a really good it's like a docuseries. It's not really a docuseries. It's called History 101. And each episode is about like nuclear power or genetics or the rise of China's economy. And they're just like quick hitter, like 30-minute, 40-minute classes, really is what they are. They're really, really good. But that's the kind of stuff I like. The movies that made us, the toys that made us, obviously. You know, that's what I watch Netflix for. Sometimes I'll catch a movie. Sometimes I'll throw up like Kill Bill 1 and 2. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in. I haven't seen Kill Bill forever, so I'll watch that one. But yeah, for sure. Yeah, Netflix is my main. I main Netflix. Know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Have you seen Power on Netflix? Are you talking about the new He-Man thing? I have not seen the new He-Man show. Not that I'm not gonna watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it. You know what I mean? So, all right, Jet. Well, I'm about to call it a night, buddy. It's 1:00 here Eastern time. What time zone are you in? What state are you in?
California.
Oh, you're a millennial from California? Now I really don't like you. I'm just kidding. YouTube has tons of stuff to watch as well if they get your watch recommendations right. Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of YouTube, man. You know, I'd OSW reviews, old school wrestling reviews, if anybody's into. But they also do like movie reviews, and they did like a review on The Last of Us, Part 2. Rhea, what's up? Good to see you, Rhea in the house. What's up, Rhea? Thanks for stopping by. We're getting ready to knock it off tonight. Oh yeah, that's right. You're in Scotland. It's six in the morning in Scotland. My brother's wife, her mom is from Scotland. They go there every year or two. Obviously with COVID that was a huge challenge, but what's Miss Rhea up to tonight? Secondhand toy dealer says, do you have any TMNT figures? Only minifigures. And I would imagine Jet has probably Ninja Turtle minifigures.
Nope, I don't. I'm not
You
into
don't have
Ninja
Ninja Turtle
Turtles.
minifigures? Oh man. Haha. I have Ninja Turtle minifigures.
Which ones, though?
I have all of them and a Splinter and a Shredder, but I think my Shredder's missing the helmet. Ray
So
says gabbing about the Amigo. Yes. Well, listen, we were talking about earlier that I went on the Geek Getaways live stream last week with Saggy and Retro Bro, and we're all sort of pro Amico, and those guys are kind of anti Amico. But we actually had a really good conversation, and I think it's starting to come together. I think we're finding some linkage in between the groups, some common ground. If we can just get some of those radicals to stop name calling and saying disgusting things about each other and their mamas on the Twitter machines and the Instagrammies. And like I'm not even on Nintendo Age or Atari Age or any of those like that. I just don't have time for any of that nonsense, But yeah, I mean, Amico, man, it's a hot topic, especially with the delay, and they didn't show physicals. But Tommy's, I don't want to say hopeful. He's a little bit more optimistic that the pre-orders will get out by the end of the year. And I did pre-order, so hopefully I will be getting mine by the end of the year, which will be nice. Secondhand toy dealer says the Ninja Turtle movies. Oh, about Trey Fitty. Sorry. The TMN2 movies from the 90s were awesome. Yeah, I liked them. I liked them all, man. Secondhand toy dealer, I think they're going to reissue the 1980s figures at Walmart. Is that why they took all the micro machines out so they could put Ninja Turtle figures in there? And what are my thoughts on the Evercade? I don't have one. I don't really know a lot about the Evercade, but I do know that people that have the Evercade love the Evercade. Rhea says, Todd, you ever unzip your free music? I'm not Todd, but I don't know how to unzip my well, I don't know how to unzip. I don't know how to unzip my free music files. I don't know any. Why didn't they just send that in like an MP3 format? So everybody could just have it because we can get it off of YouTube for free anyway. Yeah, I think the strong point with the Evercade is like you get that nostalgia pop because you get a cartridge, and the cartridges are like the Atari collection, the Intellivision collection, the Coleco collection, that kind of stuff. So you're getting a lot of games on one cartridge to sort of justify the purchase. And they seem to be getting chips and screens and parts and pieces and able to ship. And, I guess I'll just leave that one right there since we were talking about the Amico. So, all right, Jet, when you're not digging through boxes of Legos, what video game console are you playing?
I have a lot of different consoles. It's just whatever I'm interested in playing.
Okay, what do you been playing the last month or so?
Went back to Portal.
Portal.
It's
My son likes
really,
Portal. All right, top three
oh,
games of all time.
um, that's a tough one. I must say, like ones that I'd say are tops would be like Custom Robo, Mario Kart, Wii, and then Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild. Gotta go with the Zelda game. Mine's always gonna be Mega Man 2. And then my second favorite game of all time is probably The Last of Us. I love The Last of Us so much. It's just great storytelling. It's a masterclass in storytelling. Number three is always hard for me. That's why I don't do top 10 lists or top five lists because I can't make up my mind. But, God, right now, I don't know. I couldn't pick one. Maybe probably Hydro Thunder. I love Hydro Thunder so much. Media Glitch. Plays Dead by Daylight. Yes, you have live streamed that a lot, along with other games. I like when I was a kid, it was about 1990 or so, or 1992. Whenever Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter 2 really hit the arcades, I really, really enjoyed the original Mortal Kombat and the Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which we had on the Super Nintendo. But I'd really like to sort of, and about 20 years ago, I started to get back into like fighting games. I really focus on one fighting game. I don't play like a multitude of fighting games, but I just want to get really good at one fighting game. And I was really good at Tekken Tag, but I'm kind of in that mode now where I want to find a really good fighting game to just get into. You know what I mean? And just learn all the characters and all the moves. And we have some here. We got King of Fighters 2000, 2001, and Arcana Heart on PlayStation 2. So maybe I will find what I'm looking for there. Rhea says a GTA collection for Switch would be hype. Now, Rhea, are you including the top-down PlayStation 1 games or just like PlayStation 2 games or all of them? About Trey Fitty says they're doing a remaster of the GTA games Vice City, GTA 3, and San Andreas. Well, that was like a collection or something that they came out with on PS2, right? It was like in a cardboard thingy with all the games in there. Yeah, I need to get on this one, man, because I've never played. Well, I played Vice City for about an hour, and then I've never played San Andreas, but people love San Andreas. It was remade on the Xbox 360 and the PS3. So yeah, I mean, Reyes says the PS2 games. Yeah, the PS2 games are awesome. And like, San Andreas and Vice City are definitely the standouts from what I understand. Both of them are great games. You can't really go wrong. So that's cool. My son likes my middle son, he likes Portal, Fortnite, a little bit of Rocket League, and the Resident Evil games. My older son likes Call of Duty. Like those kinds of game, those types of games are more up his alley. And the pinball games on PS4. If you see I'm telling you guys right now, if you see Pinball Arcade Season 1, the Stern Pinball Arcade, and Marvel Pinball Arcade Collection Volume 1 out in the wild, buy them. Just buy them. Farsight Studios lost the license to make those machines, so they won't be making any more games featuring those machines. And the Marvel Pinball Collection, was done by Zen Studios, and Zen Studios would much rather not waste time making physicals. They'll just sell them in like 4 or 5 table packs on their online store on PSN. So yeah, those games, I don't know if you'll ever see pinball games like that again. I think Zen did try and make like a Star Wars pinball game for the Switch to license that one. But again, you could buy that on their store. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we've been going for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's past 1 o'clock Eastern time here in the great state of Ohio, the Buckeye State. I will be hitting the flea market tomorrow. So hopefully we'll get some cool pickups. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Jet, thanks again for jumping in the live stream here. You are a wealth of brick knowledge. You're my guy.
Problem.
You're my guy. You're my only guy. You're my only guy when it comes to Legos, baby. You're the dude. You're the dude behind the dude. You're the brick behind the brick, as they say. No one ever says that. I just said that. I thank Trey Fitty, Manson, Secondhand Toy Dealer, Rhea, Tight White for stopping by. Metal Jesus Rocks, thank you so much for stopping by. Manson, my main man from Scotland. Media Glitch. I love that intro. I say about Trey Fitty. Jeremy Galloway. Oh, Brett. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Brett was here. Luigi Darrell. Thanks for stopping by. And everybody else that stopped by. And thank you very much. Here's Luis Fernando. And Retro Advisory Board. Again, thank you so much. Link is in the chat for him. So definitely check his channel out. Thank you so much for the dono. Some guy named RetroHeck stopped by. RetroHeck one time stole a TurboGrafx 16 from me. I don't know if I ever talked about this. Maybe next time. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. And we'll see you guys on the next one.